Hello Divi Nation and welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to remove sidebars from Divi. There might be situations where you'd like to design without the sidebar. So this tutorial will show you step by step how to remove that sidebar and utilize the full width of your blog pages or any other pages on your site. In order for us to remove the sidebar from our pages and posts, we are going to be using some CSS code and some PHP code. And all this code can be found in the link that I'll provide in the show notes below. Over here, I've just logged into my WordPress dashboard and I've created a new page called CSS. By the way, you can name this page whatever you want. So if I add some text in here and click update and then do a quick preview, I'll show you what it looks like without making any changes to that. So if I view this in a new tab, we can see that we have this sidebar. So the idea here is to remove this sidebar. So let's go over back here and change this from right sidebar to full width. Click update. Now, if we come back over here to this tab and refresh, you'll notice that the sidebar now disappears. So that's one way you can remove the sidebar. Now, the only problem with this is you would have to do this on every single page. So if this is a design that you're going with and you need this to be applied throughout the whole website, in the next step, I'll show you how to achieve that. Okay, so this technique can also work with posts. So if you come over here to posts and click on one of the existing ones. So I'm just going to click on post 3, click on edit. So again, at the top here with the Divi post options, you can see that we have the same settings that we had on the page options. Now, there are cases where you might not see this Divi post options. Now, if you click this screen options right here, you are able to activate it here. If I deactivate it there, you can see that it disappears. If I click that, then it comes back on there. So if you don't see this on your page, just come over here to screen options and then just make sure that it's activated by clicking that checkbox. Okay, so in the next tip, let's say you want to remove this little gray line right here throughout your website. So in order for us to achieve that, we have some CSS code that we're going to use. Now, all this code that we're going to use can be found on our post that I'll link in the show notes below. Okay, so in order for you to get rid of that line, you need to come over here to Divi, click on theme options, and then you need to scroll all the way down until you get to custom CSS, and then you need to paste the CSS code right there. Click on Save Changes. And now if I come over here and refresh, you'll see that the line disappears. So this could be a design that you prefer and you want to go with. So that's how you remove that gray line. Now, the next code I'm going to add here is going to allow us to extend our content to make it full width. So again, we need to paste it at the same place. So I'm going to just expand this so I can get more space to enter my code. So this is what I'm going to enter in here. So you can see here it says left area with 100%. So that means that all our content is going to stretch 100%. Let's go ahead and save the changes for now. And let's refresh. So you can see now our content is taking that 100%, but now we have a problem. Our sidebar has come now to the bottom here. And to fix that, we're going to add some more CSS code. So I'm going to add some code, but the code I'm going to add now is going to allow us to hide or not display the sidebar. So that's what this code does. So I'm going to go ahead and save changes. And then if I refresh here, you can see now that our sidebar is gone and it's all hidden. So this is how you make it full width using the CSS code. So if you want to go ahead and disable the sidebar on certain templates, you can actually achieve this by going to the archive pages, single posts, project posts, or even the error 404 page by entering some code snippets. Now, the list of these code snippets are on our post, which is linked in the show notes below. So just go over there and copy the specific page that you need to disable the sidebar to, and then just paste it in this CSS file. Okay, so the next method that we're going to use is using PHP, and these files that we're going to manipulate are all in our child theme. So before we get started, make sure that you have a child theme installed. So this step requires you to access your server using an FTP program like FileZilla. In my case, I'm using a a program called Transmit, and this is what allows me to access my files on my server. Right, so what you want to do here is to go into your website files. So go into WP content, go into themes, because that's the folder that's going to have all your themes. So my child theme, you can see Divi here is right here. So my child theme is called Mac. So that's my main child theme. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to drag my sidebar.php to my child theme, because that's the file that's that we're going to need to make the changes to. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to my Divi theme, double click that, and locate the sidebar.php so I can see I've got it right here. So now I'm going to drag this to my child theme, which is over here to my left. So I've just dragged it over. Okay, so now that we have our sidebar.php, this is the file that we need to make the changes to. So what you need to do is to open this with a text editor. So I'm just going to use my normal text editor that comes with Mac. So we can see here that we have this content. So what you need to do is to delete everything in here and save it. Okay, and then just save it. So what's going to happen is every time that the theme pulls the sidebar.php, there's not going to be anything in this file, so therefore nothing will be shown. So that's it. That's all you have to do. So now all our pages won't show the sidebar, but it doesn't mean that the content that we're going to have on those pages will be full width. So this is where now on the final step you need to add the CSS code. So to add the CSS code, just go to your Divi theme options, scroll all the way down, and then let's get rid of this code because that's what we used initially. So I'm going to paste my code here. So now all our content area is going to have a width of 100%. So let's save changes, and then let's do a quick preview and see if that has been applied site-wide. So I'm just going to refresh that, and we can see that that's working site-wide. Divi has a number of templates that are used to display different page layouts on your website. Some of these templates files include page.php, single.php, singleproject.php, 404.php. So all these pages are pages that you can specifically add some code to or customize through and have a site-wide result. So what you need to do now is I'm going to show you one example of how you can disable the sidebar, and then you can apply the same method to any of these pages, the single PHP or single project.php. So like before, what we need to do is to drag this page.php into our child theme in order for us to make changes there. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it over here. Okay, so now that we have our page.php, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this with a text editor. So what you need to do now is to search for this particular code. I'm just going to paste it here. So it's this code right here, which pulls the sidebar onto this page.php file. So this is what you need to get rid of. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight this and delete that. Okay, so once you've deleted that line, just save. Okay, so now that I've saved that, that should take effect. So let's take a look at our website and see if our sidebar has now been disabled on our pages. Okay, so that means that everything has taken effect. So now if I come to this blog page as well, you can see that it's all full width.
So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we produce a video. We are going to be producing more videos similar to what you're seeing today. So until next time, thanks for watching and see you soon.